Skylar Neese, a fun-loving 16-year-old from West Virginia, snuck out of her bedroom window with her two best friends, Shelia Eddy and Rachel Shoaf, on July 6, 2012, and was never seen or heard from again. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Skylar Annette Neese was born on February 10, 1996. She was the only child of Mary and David Neese. Skylar Neese, a 16-year-old honor student at University High School, aspired to be a criminal defense attorney and had a promising future ahead of her. She worked at Wendy's, where she was a committed employee who never missed a day of work. She enjoyed reading, had a vibrant social life, and, like most teenagers, loved sharing her feelings and ideas on social media. Shelia Eddy, Rachel Shoaf, and Skylar Neese all went to University High School in Morgantown, West Virginia, close to the north. The three girls became really close friends. Neese and Eddy knew each other since they were 8 years old, and they met Shoaf in their freshman year of high school. Both Eddy and Shoaf were from broken homes where their parents were divorced. Neese lived in the home with both parents who wanted the best for their only child, pushing her to develop her own unique personality. Skylar was the voice of reason in the friend group. She would always try to keep Shelia on the right path. Skylar thought she could save her, said Mary Neese about Skylar and Eddy's friendship. I would hear her on the phone giving Shelia all kinds of hell. Don't be stupid. What were you thinking? On the other hand, Shelia was so much fun. She was always silly and doing crazy stuff. Skylar's parents, Mary Neese and her husband David, treated Eddy, the outgoing and fun-loving member of the trio, as if she were a member of their own family. Shelia didn't even knock on the door when she came over, she just came on in. Rachel Shoaf was very different from Eddy in personality and outlook. Even though Shoaf was popular and enjoyed participating in school plays, she hailed from a devout Catholic family and looked up to Eddy because of her somewhat wild and uncontrolled attitude toward life. The parents of Shoaf and Neese did allow them to have some freedom, however, they did not have the same kind of freedom that Eddy did, and this particular dynamic would finally bring Skylar Neese's life to a grinding halt. Because of the numerous social media posts made by the trio, it was eventually revealed that Neese, Eddy, and Shoaf were harboring underlying issues with one another. A tweet from Skylar Neese on May 31, 2012 read, "You're a two-faced bee and obviously effing stupid if you thought I wouldn't find out. Too bad my friends are having lives without me." Apparently Neese felt that Shelia Eddy and Rachel Shoaf were growing closer and leaving her behind.
I can't sing when I'm high. You heard me.
Oh my god, you know what? I need to tell you a secret. I just forgot.
You have a secret from me?
Well, I mean, I haven't told anyone.
Not even Skylar?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even tell Skylar that I get high. That's one of my secrets too. Like, I didn't tell her that. But anyways, well, I told my mom.
That what?
I rear-ended someone. I know.
Police reported that security camera footage from the apartment complex that the Neese's family stayed shows Skylar getting into a generic sedan early in the morning on July 6. Neese did not show up at her place of employment the following morning, which was a first for Neese because she was usually a responsible child and has never missed a day of work. Items left in Skylar's room such as her cell phone charger and other personal items made her parents believe that she did not run away. Feeling that something must be wrong, Skylar's parents went to the police and reported her missing. Shelia Eddy contacted the Neeses later in the day. She proceeded to tell me that her, Skylar, and Rachel had snuck out the night before and that they had driven around Star City, were getting high, and that the two girls had dropped her back off at the house, stated Skylar's mother, Mary Neese. The story was they had dropped her off at the end of the road because she didn't want to wake us up sneaking back in. Shelia Eddy said that she and Shoaf picked up Skylar at 11 p.m. and brought her back home before midnight on Saturday. Surveillance footage, on the other hand, indicated differently. When she left her home at 12:30 a.m., the car can be seen pulling away at 12:35 a.m. and the car never returns. In support of the Neese family, Eddy along with her mother participated in a neighborhood canvassing effort on July 7. Shoaf, on the other hand, was heading to a 2-week summer camp with the Catholic Church. Rumors circulated around the community that Skylar had attended a house party and had overdosed on heroin causing her death, and some of the partygoers panicked and disposed of the body. This was told to one of the investigators on the case. Due to the fact that all three females were quite active on social media, investigators were able to gather some leads from their social media accounts. An examination of Skylar's Twitter account showed she tweeted, "Sick of being at effing home. Thanks friends, love hanging out with you all too." Skylar tweeted this the afternoon before she disappeared. The day before, Neese posted, "You doing ish like that is why I can never completely trust you." The tension between the three friends provided convincing proof that Shelia, Eddy and Rachel Shoaf were involved with Neese's disappearance, but the investigation was still ongoing. In August 2012, Chris Berry, a state trooper, was assigned to the investigation. He was optimistic and believed the girls would soon crumble because he believed that it is hard for a killer to be able to conceal their actions for an extended period of time. In rare cases, as Berry had witnessed, the killers would even boast about their crimes. He had the impression that this was one of those situations, and he expected Rachel Shoaf and Shelia Eddy would confess in due time. Berry constructed a fictitious online account as an attractive adolescent attending West Virginia University in Morgantown and browsed Facebook and Twitter for girls. Investigators would then utilize this access to derive information about Eddy and Shoaf's mental states from their social media posts. Eddy appeared to be bubbly, whereas Shoaf was cautious and silent online, according to the investigators. Neither of the girls made any indication that they were bothered that their best friend was missing. Eddy tweeted about everyday topics and even shared a snapshot of herself and Shoaf. Some of the posts were strange, for example Eddy's post on November 5, 2012, which said, "No one on this earth can handle me, and Rachel, if you think you can, you're wrong." The pressure of concealing what they had done began to be too much for Rachel Shoaf and Shelia Eddy. Police got a call from a panicked parent on December 28, 2012. "I have an issue with a 16-year-old daughter of mine. I can't control her anymore. She's hitting us, she's screaming, she's running through the neighborhood." This was Rachel's mother, Patricia Shoaf, on the other end of the line. Rachel Shoaf could be heard sobbing hysterically in the background. "Give me the phone. No. No. This is over. This is over." And then to the dispatcher, Patricia Shoaf said, "My husband's trying to contain her. Please hurry." Rachel Shoaf was on the verge of confessing when she was apprehended by the police. Soon after, she revealed the gruesome details of Skylar Neese's murder to them. "We stabbed her," Shoaf blurted out. As she proceeded to speak, the cruel reality of Skylar Neese's case became increasingly evident. Their plan called for them to carry out the murder right before Shoaf was to leave for summer camp. Shoaf stole a shovel from her father's residence the night of the murder, and Eddy stole 2 knives from her mother's kitchen the same evening. Aside from that, they brought cleaning products and extra clothes with them. Skylar Neese was under the impression that the 2 girls were just supposed to be driving about and having fun when they picked her up. Previously, the group had driven to Brave, Pennsylvania, which is just over the state line from New York, in order to get high. Shoaf and Eddy brought weed and knives with them. Despite the sweltering heat, Shoaf and Eddy wore hoodies to hide the knives. Skylar Neese had no idea why they were dressed in hoodies in the first place. It was only after they arrived at the Pennsylvanian woods that the 2 other girls positioned themselves behind Skylar. "On 3, Shoaf said. Then they pounced on her and began attacking her from behind. Shoaf stated that Neese managed to flee during the attack, but that she was stabbed in the knee, preventing her from running too far again. With 2 girls attacking her, Skylar never had a chance. Skylar Neese, who had been stabbed countless times, said the following in her dying breaths, "Why?" Authorities also asked the girls why they killed Neese, to which Rachel Shoaf replied, "We didn't like her." Rachel Shoaf led investigators to the area where they murdered Skylar Neese in early January 2013. It was snowed in, and she couldn't recall the specific location of her body. They couldn't discover the body at first, but once Shoaf confessed, officials charged her with murder. The authorities got their final break a week later when they discovered the 16-year-old's body in the woods, practically unidentifiable. A crime lab would not be able to officially certify that the body was that of Skylar Neese until March 13. In the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel restaurant, Shelia Eddy was arrested on May 1, 2013. In January 2014, she pled guilty to first-degree murder. She was sentenced to life with a 15-year parole option. Rachel Shoaf got 30 years for second-degree murder. What happened to Skylar Neese was a tragedy. Please pray for her family and friends. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.